So many of us Nintendo fans have anxiously been awaiting this Nintendo earnings update for December 2017. Going into the holidays, the Switch was on fire. If you remember, I did that video that they had already cracked 10 million units. Well, the reports are in, and damn, it's even better than I expected. The Switch has sold just shy of 15 million systems as of the end of December. So by now they surely have crossed that 15 million mark, because this was for the end of December. And that means, kind of sadly, the Switch has already outsold the lifetime sales of the Wii U, which closed out at just about 13.5 million. And look at those software numbers. I'll go through some of them, but 52.57 million is pretty damn impressive in my opinion. Considering at the beginning, it did have a bit of a slow start in terms of rolling out those games, and remember, the software sales is where the real money is, obviously. And that software sales climb was boosted big time by Mario Odyssey, no surprise, clocking in at over 9 million copies sold. Not bad for the little Italian plumber. Mario Kart 8, though, was the one that honestly has impressed me the most. 7.3 million for a port. If you wanted to know why we see so many of the ports coming to the Switch, there's your answer. Breath of the Wild was at 6.7 million. And think of the attach rates for these games. Like, sure, the numbers compared to some multi-platform blockbusters may not be that impressive, but these were games that were exclusive to one system in its first year on the market. And an incredibly high percentage of the total owners bought all of these games. Splatoon 2 was just under 5 million, not bad at all. Not too shy of Zelda, actually, especially when you consider Zelda was out at launch and was pretty much the only game, the only big game at that time, and Splatoon 2 didn't come out until the summer. 1-2 Switch at just under 2 million. That's just 2 million people I feel really bad for. ARMS 1.6 million seems low, but I actually don't see it as that bad. Like, if you compare it to some of the recent other fighting game releases like Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Oof. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, what a nightmare. When you compare it to those games, it actually did very well again, considering it was a new IP and also an exclusive on a system that was brand new. And Xenoblade just over 1 million, also not bad in my opinion. The game didn't come out until December, and obviously it's very niche. This one easily has the least amount of mass appeal of all the games on the list. Obviously still an amazing game, but this isn't one that, grandma or mom is gonna see sitting on the shelf and be like, oh, my kid's gonna want this. Nintendo's recorded revenue for the quarter was up about 483 billion yen, which I think is about, what, 25 bucks US, so that's pretty good. Revenue alone was up 177% from last year. Combined with the operating profits in that, I believe it was like a total of a 261% increase. I like the numbers on their own. They are very good. But if you were a Nintendo fan back in 2016, I'm sure you were expecting this calendar year and quarter to be insanely better because, we were into the death of the Wii U back then, and we were all pretty much just waiting for the Switch. But all in all, amazing numbers after going through it. Well, my first big question would be, haters? Well, where you at? By the way, those PS4 lifetime sales, the Switch is coming for you, Sony. But I mean, how many people when this thing was first announced were like, oh, that's it, Nintendo's dead, another console gimmick, it's all over. While those of us with actual brains were like, the gimmick is that it doubles as a handheld, and have you seen Nintendo's handheld numbers throughout history at any point in its entire history? Like, seriously. They're actually on here, we can look at them real quick. Which one of these would you consider to be the failure of the bunch? I mean, right now, I guess it would be the 3DS, which is a better performing system than anything this generation. The lesson I would like people to learn here, if you don't really follow Nintendo or just don't really follow sales of the industry in general, is that, when you look at this, yes, the big N, they love their gimmicks, some succeed and some flop, but when it comes to handheld gaming, I'm sorry, you don't f*** with Nintendo. Going forward, what does this all mean for the Switch? I really would just reiterate sort of what I've said in recent videos. Since the Switch has done so well, I think you're going to see a lot of reinvestment in the platform. Nintendo is seeing big profits, and it only makes sense with the way things are going to just double down and get even more software and support on the Switch. But expect even more partnerships, more exclusives, and probably more multi-platform stuff. Again, with moving 15 million, and the Switch's first calendar year isn't even over because it would end, in March. If you're a third-party dev, you have to be watching this thinking that is an insanely rapidly growing install base, and you're going to want to jump on it sooner than later. Especially with the HD remasters and collections type deals. I know those of you that follow me probably sick of me always bringing this up, but there are a lot of games out there, franchises even, that Nintendo fans have never experienced before, and surely those who may have even played some of these in the past would be down to experience them again on the go. I mean, that's how I know for the Dark Souls 1 remastered, I certainly want to get it on the Switch. Even though I didn't play that one, I played 2 and 3, and, if I can get that experience on the go for the first time, that's, how I'd like to try to play it. And once again, to the haters, the doubters, where are you at? Shh. Do we hear anything? I don't hear anyone. Where'd they all go? They all disappeared to somewhere. I'm just sitting here waiting for you to tell me how the system is still gonna flop. Oh, it doesn't have Call of Duty. You can't sell a system without Madden and Grand Theft Auto. Well, it kind of looks like they're doing pretty well without those games. I'm just, like I said, these are just the numbers, the facts, the statistics. That's all I have. But those all say it's doing pretty well. We could go through the numbers again. I'm certainly not tired of it. But anyway, with that, this video's a wrap. Let me know your thoughts on Nintendo's major push to close out 2017 in the comments. How is this current ride on the hype train going for you? Are you sick of winning yet? As always, I'm John Zacari, and thanks for watching.